What's up, everybody? On this beautiful Sunday, we are going to start with a little practice. We'll practice headstand holds. We'll probably spend, I don't know, 10 minutes on this, and then you can practice a little bit more. So, I'm going to talk for a long time now and show you different progressions, different ways to improve your headstand, which is a really cool exercise. And after that, I'm also going to do a sweet little bodyweight tabata. So if you do not care about headstands, scroll forward until you see me doing the tabata. If you are interested in headstands, all you need is a wall space and for safety, really, and maybe potentially a little yoga mat or a pillow underneath your head if you want to. If you have an ab mat, that's also a good way to start. So, why do headstands? It's a great exercise to strengthen your core through a few progressions that I'm going to show you. It's a great exercise to work on body awareness. It's a great exercise to practice the bottom position of your handstand push-ups and be more stable in the bottom of your handstand push-ups. Today we're not going to practice pushing out of your headstand into a handstand, but just how to get into the right position, how to align yourself, how to progress in case you have never done one of these before. Let's get to it. So, what you need is a wall space, ideally fairly clean around it. You don't want to smash any glasses if you fall down, and just set up your yoga mat in front of that wall space. Now, what we need for a headstand is going to be a nicely stacked position. So we're going to try to put our body weight on the top of your head, not your forehead, not the back of your head, top of your head, as well as your palms. So to find a stable headstand position, today we're going to practice this on the palms. You can also do it on your elbows. That's going to be another progression. So to find that position for your headstand, we're looking for a triangle between the top of your head and your two palms. I'm going to first show you that this way, and then I'm going to turn more towards the wall to explain what to do. So you want to put your hands down on the floor right about shoulder width apart, and we're going to try and connect or create a nice little triangle here with our head. It's going to depend on your body where you want to put your head and your hands, but one thing is for sure, the smaller the triangle this way, or the lower the triangle, the less stable potentially your headstand is going to be. If I put everything in one line, then I'm just balancing on the line. That's really not stable. So a proper triangle is the way to go. What you're going to do is put your hands on the floor, put your forehead just a little bit in front of your head, and roll onto the top of your head. Just roll on the top of your head. Every now and again today, I'm gonna forget to talk to the camera and then show, and I'm gonna be talking and showing at the same time. Sorry about that. I might end up with a red head as well. Spending a lot of time upside down gets the blood towards your head. So try a few different variations. If you want to, feel free to pause this video. Try a few different variations, placing your head closer to your hands, or placing your head further away from your hands. Two things you're looking for. One is, what is the most stable position, as in how big the sides of the triangle are, and also what allows you to set up in a stable position, as in walking your feet forward, having your spine already as close to vertical as possible. So once you have that position, or at least you have an idea of that position, actually before we go any further, if you have an ab mat, feel free to also give that one a try, placing your head on an ab mat, or even a book. That's probably a little bit hard, or a pillow. What it does, it will potentially allow you to close the distance between your feet and your hands when you're getting into that headstand position, and it will allow you to not have to kick up into that headstand, which is something that we'll try to avoid today. You will not have to kick up, you can walk up and use your core muscles to lift your legs up. So step number one, I'm gonna use the ab mat every now and again in this video today, but I'm gonna start without the ab mat. So step number one is gonna placing my hands and my head in my triangle position, walking my feet as close to my hands as possible. I'll set this up in front of the wall in case I would roll forward, it would be safe. If you are really good at forward rolls, you can do this without the wall as well. So, hands on the floor, head into the triangle position, roll on the top of your head, and just try to walk your feet forward as close as you can to your hands. Try to extend your knees, hold this for about 15 seconds. Walk your hands back. What we're looking for is trying to find a balanced position with less and less weight on your feet and most of your body weight transferred onto your hands and mostly on top of your head. You might, if you've ever done this before, you might feel like you will fall forward, you will roll forward, which if you have a wall, is perfectly fine. Now this is where mobility really comes into play, into doing a proper, strict headstand, getting into a headstand. You could potentially bend your knees a little bit. To allow to walk your feet closer to your hands, and with that putting most of the body weight on the top of your head and on your hands, and hence being able to lift your legs up without trying to kick up. So once you have that and you decided whether you're going to go with or without the ab mat, with or without bending your knees, you now want to try and find a position where you're ready to lift your legs off. We'll push our hands in the floor and we'll try to slowly lift our legs up, first into a bent leg headstand hold. It looks like this. Hands on the floor, forehead on the floor. From here, I like to roll on the top of my head, walk forward, lift your legs up, hold the position.
You are 0.2
Bring
miles,
your hands back and relax.
East of the center of Cosmos.
Thank you, Alexa. I don't know what she said. Right? As you could see, my legs didn't really move. All I did was bend my knees, hold the position, and then come back down. So that's usually one of the first progressions that I like to do towards a headstand. However, another school of thought would be to try and first just place your knees onto your elbows. Depending on how much mobility you have, this could be easier or harder. So this is going to be version B of step one, maybe. So version B of step one is going to be walking my feet forward, having my knees bent, and just placing my knees on top of my elbows, which, if I have a nicely stacked position, should not be a problem. Here we go. Hands on the floor, forehead on the floor, roll on top of your head, walk closer with your feet, lift one knee up. If this goes well and you feel comfortable, Lift the other knee up. Go ahead, come back down. Nice and controlled. Alright, so this allows you to stay in a nice, tucked, and safe position. You can just lift one leg at a time, which really allows you to scale it to your current level. If you're completely new to headstands, this is probably a good way to start. Make sure that you have a soft surface so it's not uncomfortable, and you just go to the point where you feel comfortable. It's really comfortable. Where you're not yet scared, but you can work on controlling your body in space. So, again, option B of step 1, forehead on the floor, roll on the top of the head, walk as close as you can. If you're really here, close, all you gotta do is lift one knee up. You can try the other knee. If you feel comfortable, lift both of them up. Return and relax. So at this point, the core strength requirements are still fairly limited, because we're basically just bending our knee, placing it on our elbow. Also in the other version, we're just walking really close until we can put the body weight on the head, and then bending my knee. This is going to be option A, step 1, one more time. Forehead, top of the head, walk forward, bend your knee, relax, and back. Okay? Your hands are there to help to distribute the weight between your head and your hands, and to allow you to be in a nice and stable position. So we'll take it from there. From here, we're going to try to extend our legs. We'll just try to extend one at a time and then close the other one. I'm going to do both variations, one from the knee, from the elbow, and one from that tucked position. So hands on the floor, forehead on the floor, top of the head, walk forward, step up onto your elbows, extend your leg. Let's try the other side. Extend your leg. See if you can bring the other one up too. Bring it back down. And relax. Was I straight, parallel with the wall? Potentially not yet, but that's not the goal at this point. It's just about getting more comfortable being inverted and trying to extend one leg at a time, or maybe even both. What happens if you get a little scared? You might touch the wall, and that is fine. It's fairly hard to recover from that, so I would recommend that if you touch the wall with your back, your butt, or your feet, just bring your feet back down, relax a little, and then start building it up again from the base, trying to extend your legs. If you feel like there's a lot of weight on your hands, that most likely just means that you're not yet straight, your legs are a little bit behind. All you gotta do is experiment a little bit with how far can you bring it towards the wall. Now, often what happens is that we just move the leg towards the wall, or move our butt towards the wall as well. So it takes a little time to experiment with what is a straight position, and as always, it comes down to squeezing your butt. So we'll work on that in a second. I'm just going to show you the other variation, going from our tucked position into the straight leg position. Hands on the floor, forehead on the floor. Roll onto the top of your head, walk forward. Bend your knees. Try to straighten your back. And if you can, reach up towards the ceiling. Bring it back into a tuck position. Feet on the floor. Whew. Also, you can do this with one leg at a time and then the other one, just to scale the movement a little bit, make it a little bit less scary. However, with the wall, you should be able to do it with your legs straight. So what happens when you can't extend both of your legs in the tuck quite easily from either the tuck position or the knees and the elbows position? You want to make sure that you start working on fully extending your body, which is a common little mistake that we make in the beginning, is that we don't fully extend. There's always a little bit of weight towards the hand, always a little bit of weight hanging back. And if you would really want to take this to the next level, turn this into a good core exercise, you can go straight from the floor into a straight leg position without bending your knees and going to the tuck. I'm going to show you that right now. Hands on the floor, forehead on the floor, roll on the top of your head, walk as close as you can with your feet towards your hands, extend your legs, push in the floor, lift your legs up nice and slow, try to reach up, create a nice and straight position, and slowly bring it back down. I know. How come I did not become a ballerina? Blame it on my family, my parents. Oh well. In another life. So this is a really cool exercise, I think, to build body awareness while you're inverted. It's a good exercise to control your core. Common mistakes will be to arch the back in order to create balance, to create the counterbalance while lifting the leg up. This usually means you're either not engaging your core muscles properly or that your core muscles are not strong enough yet. Make sure you take a video of yourself or you ask someone to watch you from the side. Ideally, your back is going to be parallel with the wall as you lift your leg up. It's not going to go to the wall and then up. I'm going to try to show you this common mistake that we see. So hands on the floor, forehead on the floor, roll on the top of your head. Now I'm just going to reach too far towards the wall. Over. Yep. I fell over. So if it seems too easy, most likely you're leaning towards the wall and not actually using your core to lift the leg up. How to get better at it? If you can lift it up once, you could play around and bring your leg up and down to the point where you are still in control. It would look something like this. Hands on the floor, forehead on the floor. Roll on top of your head, walk forward. Lift it up. Bring it back down. If it's only halfway, at this point, that's also perfectly fine. Try to get a few reps in while really controlling the movement with your obliques, with your lower abs, as you lift it up, as you bring it back down. Probably my head is super red. Too much talking upside down. Or you could get into a tuck position and just slowly lower your legs down. So tuck, straight, slowly bring the legs down. It will look something like this. Hands on the floor, head on the floor. Walk forward as far as you can. Duck your knees in. Extend your leg. Bring it down. Slow and controlled. Again, what you want is either a camera or someone watching from the side. So to make sure that you don't lose control at the core, that would mean that your head is on the floor, your body goes into an arch as you bend your leg. So your body would look kind of like the number 7, at least the way I write it. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Hands on the floor, forehead, top of the head. Start here, and I will just fold myself in half like this. Much easier. Feels much easier. There's no tension in the core, because my back is in an arch, and you will just end up touching the wall at some point. But the goal is to try and make sure that up until your booty, you're staying nice and straight, and you go and fold yourself in half. So guys, go ahead and play around with these options. I think I've been talking enough about headstands. Let me just see if the camera is still recording. Oh my god. That was 20 minutes. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Got carried away. So, with that said, team, we are gonna hit a fun little Tabata. Well, as fun as 21.2 was, I think. So I have my clock set to 2 Tabatas back to back. That's 8 minutes total. That's 16 rounds of 20-second work, 10-second rest. And I'm just going to alternate between 2 movements. One is going to be a slow mountain climber. By slow, I mean a pace where I can still get a total of 10 repetitions, probably 5 each side. But I'm really focusing on bringing my knee to the elbow, all the way up, knee to the elbow as close as you can. And then I'm going to do jumping squats in every even round. And that's not gonna be fun. So I'm just going to grab some water, walk out of the screen casually. You can look at the corner. So 2 Tabatas back to back, 8 minutes, 16 rounds. If you want to do 1, you're more than welcome to. If you want to do 3, also more than welcome to. But with that said, let's get started. 2, 1, go. Spot on. Let's hope I can keep the pace. Get ready for the squats and go. And relax. Oh, that wasn't too bad. No. What's wrong? Oh, lovely. I started in rest. 2, 1, time. Don't listen to what I say or do, just watch the timer. Mountain climbers, here we go. This is not good. Oh, I know what's happening. I'm stopping too early. Alright, jumping squats. Okay. Oh, too many different rings on this clock. But I got it figured out. So that's not the end. That's the halfway point. And that's the end. Short rest. Woo. 3, 2, 1. Squats. Oh boy. Oh boy. Rest. Oh good. I don't think I can talk anymore. Just watch the clock. Halfway. And rest. 3, 2, 1. Halfway. And rest. Get ready. 2, 1, go. Halfway. And rest. Squats coming up. 3, 2, 1. Halfway. Rest. 3, 2, 1. Halfway. Rest. 3, 2, 1. Go. Halfway. And rest. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Go. Halfway. Rest. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and rest. Oh, get ready. 2, 1, go. Halfway. Rest. 3, 2, 1, go. And time. Finished. Oh. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the headstand progressions. If you did enjoy it and you did it, send a picture, video, or just let me know if you want more, and then we'll do more. Sorry for messing up the start of this beautiful workout. I hope you got a good workout in. My legs are burning for sure. If you didn't do it after the headstand practice, go ahead and save it for another time. Thank you so much guys for watching. See you soon.